If I get paid, I'll get more. Niggas may raid on my store, so I evade with the move, moving like Grandmaster Duels.
What's going on, everybody? Looper Norris back with another one of these videos, man. Another episode 4. I got a new topic to go over for this one. It has a little to do with the streaming world. So we all know the Kai Cenat, Aiden Ross, iShowSpeed, a webcam camera, got a computer, right? You're in your bedroom and you're streaming yourself, a bunch of people around the world that can see everything you're doing. You're just talking about different like topics and acting a fool and whatever you think will work in terms of racking up views. That's what you do. Basically the whole game. There's definitely a science to it. A lot of these famous streamers that are hitting like millions and millions of views on almost all their videos, it's interesting to see how famous they're getting off of doing something like super simple, and it's created a lane for a lot of other kids to do the same thing if they're not like skilled at other things or not interested in like going to school, going to university. Maybe it's too tough for them to do. It gives them a lane for them to become successful at something and, you know, ultimately make millions off of it. A lot of these streamers will start off when they're like 16, 15 years old, and then they'll build their fan base over time. By the time they're like 18, 19 years old, they're like a millionaire. It's pretty crazy how that happens, but that is happening very often. Not just like one or two streamers, but like hundreds of streamers are sort of going through that. So it's definitely becoming a legitimate job in the world, you know. iShowSpeed, his streaming career is probably the perfect example of like how significant this whole streaming world is. He's the perfect example of it. I think character plays a huge role in this. The fact that you can be yourself on camera to a certain extent. I think with iShowSpeed, he is truly being himself on camera, and I think it's one of the biggest reasons why he's built such a massive fan base in a short period of time. I also think it's the barking and the goofiness. Like, he reminds me of a cartoon character, real talks. Like, and I don't mean to say that in a bad way. You know, I like the kind of person he is compared to a lot of streamers that these kids be watching. I think he's a good role model for a lot of kids in terms of like how you carry yourself in life. Don't take yourself too serious. Like the way he inspires kids to like be the best they can be. Like, don't let other people tell you that you can't do something when you have it in you to do what you really want to do in life. I like how he sort of spreads that type of message around through his like work ethic. iShowSpeed at least has talent. I feel like Kai Cenat, he seems more of an industry plant than any other streamer that I've seen on the internet, just because I feel like he has no talent at all, and he's really just like a goofy personality, and that's why he got famous. Maybe he's playing a character and he's forcefully making himself look goofy so that he builds the fan base. But I think with iShowSpeed, he's being himself. It's like an exaggerated version of who he truly is. Like the whole goofiness, this guy's just barking on camera. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, it's genius. It's entertaining these kids to the point where they're telling their friends, and then the word gets spread around, and then all of a sudden he goes from like 100 followers to like 1,000 followers in maybe like a day or two, right? He started streaming when he was like 15, 16 years old. He became a millionaire at the age of 16. So he might have started even before that. Just constantly racking up views and likes and follows through just being like a cartoon character on camera. Another reason why I feel like it was easy for him to build the fan base that he's built, the fact that he's a soccer fan. Soccer, I think, is the #1 sport around the world. If you were to like go to different countries and ask people what their favorite sport is, most people will say soccer. Just being a soccer fan on his streams, talking about Ronaldo and Messi, being a Cristiano Ronaldo fan, the celebration that he does, the whole like the Ronaldo celebration. Ronaldo and Messi are like superstars around the world. They're definitely the biggest names when it comes to sports when you look at it in a worldwide aspect. Like LeBron James is probably the biggest name in sports when you think of like America, like North America. When you look at the world, it's definitely soccer. And I think iShowSpeed, wearing all the jerseys, being a Ronaldo fan, doing his celebration, it gets like the kids around the world to like appreciate him more. I think it's just the combination of him being European but also African, but also living in the States and being a soccer fan. Like, a lot of kids are going to be able to relate to that. They're going to go crazy over a kid living in the States, but then he's talking about Ronaldo and Messi. Like, it's genius. It's part of who he is. I feel like he's being himself, just being a soccer fan, you know? That kind of cancels out the whole, it's a genius, like, business tactic, right? Like, I think he's just simply being himself. A lot of the kids around the world are relating to that. I think him leaning into like talking about it more and wearing Ronaldo's jersey, no matter like which place he goes to like do a stream, I think it definitely helps, and it makes him seem more intelligent than he actually is, you know? Lean into it and like using it as a way to build his fan base even more. I wouldn't say he isn't the most intelligent person. Like, I keep saying it, maybe he's just leaning into like the whole character thing. Like, now this is his job, this is his life, this is how he makes his money. So he's probably naturally just leaning into it just so that he sells the character better, just completely being himself and not caring about breaking character and just responding to every situation like in a realistic way. I feel like that wouldn't get him as many views as leaning into his like goofiness and like being that cartoon character on stream. Pretty smart kid. He's going around the world. I guess it's like a tour. He's going to different continents. He did an Asian tour. He did an African tour. He did a European tour. He's going to different countries and different cities, doing these like 7-hour streams, having a bunch of security guards around him. He just has like his phone in his hand and he's just walking around. It's actually pretty funny to see the fact that he's just like skipping around like everything's whatever, and he's just like in Poland or he's in like South Africa or like Japan, and you know, he's just kind of like, he'll have like a bunch of fans run up on him, you know, trying to like take a picture with him. It's like a crowd of thousands and thousands of people. No matter what city, what country he goes to, it's the same thing. It's crazy how much love he gets worldwide. All he is just a streamer. It's not like he's an actual professional footballer. He's a professional streamer, but he's not a professional in anything else. He's kind of talented with his like his speed, his knowledge about soccer, about anime. You can say he's kind of funny too, but like not really. It's not really like a legitimate talent. He's sort of just being himself, and his like personality is what's getting him the fans. It makes you think that the world just wants somebody real to relate to, not somebody who's manufactured and, you know, just making content, kind of like Mr. Beast, just making content that's like more eye candy. That might be more of like a North American thing, and I can see North Americans gravitating around that more than like people around the world. I feel like people around the world are more entertained by stuff that's like more relatable and more real, and I think it's part of why iShowSpeed has gotten world famous. Kind of reminds me of Justin Bieber and Michael Jackson. Like, I could be going too far with that one. If you've seen the streams, he's probably been to like over 50 countries, probably over 100 videos of him like streaming, walking around the cities. Each of these videos are hitting like 5 million, 6 million views. You watching the videos, it's as if he's like Michael Jackson saying what's up to the people. Like, you look at the crowds, it's like the crowd could almost turn into a riot. That's how crazy it's getting. Like, you got to see yourself if you think I'm crazy to compare him to Justin Bieber and Michael Jackson, but he might be on his way to becoming that next thing, you know, without even being like a actual musician, which is crazy. But overall, man, I just think like he's a perfect role model for kids, especially these days, the internet being where it's at, technology being where it's at, the streaming world being where it's at. I think he's the best role model compared to the other big time streamers with over 1 million subscribers or followers. I think he should be the one that everyone looks up to, because he shouldn't be like Speed exactly though, just because there's a lot of situations that he doesn't handle properly, and I think part of that is just him being super young. He hasn't really developed as a person yet, and I think that's a major reason why he doesn't really handle a lot of situations that well. He has a team around him, you know, that doesn't matter too much. He has like a team around him to help him with those different situations, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's crazy. This kid is almost at 50 million subscribers off of just being himself. This is within like a 10-year span and 8-year span, which is like unbelievable. It's gonna shatter records, I think, especially with the recent streams he's doing with going around the world, going to different countries, and breaking stereotypes too. I feel like that's a big thing he's doing, going to these different countries, I feel like he's breaking a lot of stereotypes that a lot of North American people will have. Maybe not even just North American, but just other people around the world will have about different countries and how they like run their countries. Honestly, before these streams, I didn't know Africa was that civilized. So like he'll go into the major cities of these countries. The cameras that he's using are like super high quality. So it's like 5K. So you're seeing everything. And these cities are like fully developed, man. They're just not what I thought they would look like before viewing the videos and actually seeing the real thing. It kind of breaks the stereotypes of like, you kind of see like what the country's like, what the people are like, how they're treating him. Him being a black kid as like a black American kid is like, it's pretty cool to see, you know. It's very inspiring. I hope everything goes well. I mean, you can't fail at this point. Like, but that's all I gotta say with this video, man. I just thought it was pretty interesting to see some kid from the States build this like massive fan base off of just talking on the camera, doing what I'm doing basically right now. The people around him, what he represents, how he thinks. Definitely a talented kid, man. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, subscribe, follow. I got more of these videos coming up, man. You already know, Looper Norris, lots of music coming up, man. I'm working on an album right now, but I'll give you guys the details of that a little bit later.